team ban. Seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
That one coming.
Radiant team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Earth Spirit.
Templar Assassin.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Storm Spirit.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Grimstroke.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Mariska has arrived.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Tide Hunter.
remaining. 5 seconds remaining. 'Radiant team banned.
Morphling.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. 'Dire team banned. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Warlock.
You may now select your heroes.
pick Disruptor. I mentioned it a couple of times because I think they needed more lockdown and more catch. It also one of the best heroes you can get against the Tidehunter since he can't get out, so you can play around the Ravage. But with the counter initiation from Warlock, it also gives them more team fighting potential. Also Fatal Bonds with Dark Willow, Morphling. That's gonna be so deadly. But I love what Gambit has besides Grimstroke with no single target spells that you can throw in besides the Gush, which I really dislike. Like, this is one of the reasons why you pick a hero. You'd want to abuse that ulti.
Yeah.
But they have this position 4 right now. Immersion, one of the better position 5 players on Earth Spirit in the world, and I think they need to play more aggressive. Also, they have Alpha Ninja on TA, so these two heroes can come online very quickly. Troll Warlord might be a bit slow, but depends on the item build that he goes for. I don't want to see Battle Fury. If I see Battle Fury, I'm just gonna leave.
You're like, I want to see the Fusel Blade, I want to see control against the Morphling, I want to see these type of items to be active. But at least I'm kind of with you a little bit on the Grimstroke. We've seen many times where the Soulbind is never really made the most of, but at the same time, him enabling immersion just by putting the Inkswell on the ES who then wants to initiate, these are things that they're able to really just make low cooldown, initiation after initiation, and just open up the space for Koifa to then be the main man as this Storm Spirit. But it depends if Koifa can get a good lane. Apo is already, like, he's going to try and beat the crap out of Koifa. And he needs to win this lane as the Templar Assassin.
It's not that easy lane for TA, especially since whenever you attack with the Storm Spirit, you have the Overlord charge, you remove 2 instances of refraction, and it depends how Alpha Ninja will use the Psyblade. But Storm will get 1 point in pool, and then he can start playing aggressive. Whenever there's a refraction on, he just goes in and tries to take it away.
Yep. A lot of work, and Koifa's pushing it to the edge. How do you like the Troll Warlord pickup? Let's just, like, for the laning phase at least, going up against the Centaur, there was a lot of discussion about, like, how do you actually kill these Alliance heroes? Because Centaur, as well as Morph, if he wants to strength Morph up, are very difficult to kill. So how does the Troll work in the damage, and at what time?
Well, definitely Troll is a great laner because you always have the Whirling Axis to secure the range creeps. The miss chance is great against the Storm Spirit and especially Morphling, but you're also giving Morphling a really good Morph targets in this game. You have either TA is great. Also, if he turns into Tidehunter, there's a lot of great spells to steal this game.
Yeah. You're kind of making it sound like Gambit actually has to get past themselves first before they can then start fighting against Alliance when you have Mickey's Morph.
Look at the mid lane. There's going to be a TP from Earth Spirit. They want to kill this
the timing's not right though.
Storm. Yeah, because the rune just spawned and the FNG already picked up an Arcane Rune. And these 2 observer boards on the minimap
against Alliance when you
plays they wanted to kill the chicken, and they also want to see some of the rotations if anyone is stacking, especially if they zone the Tidehunter out of the lane, which I don't think is going to happen since he's playing against the FNG already picked up
up on top over towards Tiger. A quick hit to keep the slow going. The Bramble Blade, a little bit of space for Tiger.
They wanted to kill the chicken, and they also want to see some of the rotations if anyone is stacking, especially if they zone the Tidehunter out of the lane, which I don't think with the 1-1-1 build. There's a lot of good potential with this and from Earth Spirit already picked up Millie hero.
Up on top, over towards Tiger. Quick hit to keep the slow going. The Bramble Blade, a little bit of space for Tiger.
They want to kill the chicken, and they also want to see some of the rotations if anyone is stacking, especially if they zone the Tidehunter out of the lane, which I don't think with the 1-1-1 build. There's a lot of good potential with this and from Earth Spirit already picked up Millie hero. Teams are not even watching the Bramble Blade. They want to kill the chicken, and they also want to see some of the rotations if anyone is stacking, especially if they zone the Tidehunter out of the lane, which I don't think with the 1-1-1 build.
That's where I kind of like question it. Yeah, everyone tries to get rid of that Observer Ward from the high ground in mid, but even a defensive one would be able to see that ES TP in. Now he's under the cover of smoke. Boxy will be pushed into the tree line. And with the movement of ES off the lane, this actually opens up for initiation against the Titan. The Bramble's down, tight, a little too fat to fit through that skinny gap. And under the tower, one more adapted strike. It actually connects, and Mickey gets first blood. Alliance starting game 2 the same way they started game 1.
Zania will pick in his rune, not the one that he was hoping for since he can't do much with it, but just taking it away from a Templar Assassin. Immersion, smoke, has a roll, miss.
Too early, I mean too far up. Koifu was getting aggressive, but they kick him back down again. Koifu's having a hard time getting up the hill, but at the same time, Afro just does the bonus damage. Now Tiger will arrive. The Brambles come through. Immersion tries to walk through the Bramble, but he cannot get out.
Nice rotation from Taiga once again. Now he has 1-1-1 build. This is what I love to see on Dark Willow, that extra early stun. Bounties will be ready in 15 seconds. Storm on really low HP and mana, so he's gonna need to use the Shrine right away. I mean, these two observer wards that the Lions placed, no one expect those wards, so they can't be dewarded, even though they're not doing anything at this moment.
So it's always that that question mark, right? Like how many wards actually go the whole duration in a game?
That's the stats that I would like to know.
Yeah.
Haas, if you're listening, nah, I don't think we have the
I can tell you, like
yet.
Layers does the overlays here, and I know that's something that JJ has in the list because I asked him for that a while back. So JJ, still waiting for the development team. Booker, on you. Initiation on Warlock. Insania will fall. Foxy, nothing he can do when there's 3 heroes down there, and that's just Immersion having the easy delivery system for the Inkswell.
Yeah, even if he misses the roll, it's still a guaranteed kill, especially on the support who has no escape mechanism whatsoever. Both Roll and Morphling having a lot of CS. Storm struggling a little bit because Earth Spirit was roaming around and was missing on the map, so he needs to be careful, even though Storm Spirit got the kill. So right now he's just jungling. He's gonna pop a second Shrine.
That's a nice observable. They're able to watch for it from Gambit, but and Gambit, CS-wise, like, they're looking damn good. And net worth-wise, you actually see on the screen at the moment, like Gambit, they hold 3 at the top floor. This is a very different story to game 1, where Alliance were basically just winning every lane. Oh, goodbye Observe Ward. Tiger will get rid of that. The sentry's also being planted down, so Afro can't just have easy traps in the northern side of the lane.
Templar Assassin is building all in, like defensive and both aggressive items, which will keep her alive. A Magic Wand already has 10 charges and has infused raindrop, so a lot of mana on Templar Assassin that she needs early on. Bottom lane.
Come through Immersion. Nice hit the Centaur, kind of trapped in. Hit the Battle Box from Insania, trying to get some return damage, but mainly just one of the neutrals. So Tiger is doing the work, but Dahak will start walking it off. The Centaur falls, and Gambit will now look for efficiency Shrine. They'll have it.
I would have loved if they actually swapped the lane to have a Centaur and a Dark Willow, because there's so much more kill potential and there is a defensive tool. With Warlock, you only have a heal and that's pretty much it.
I love how Koifu just plays the sides. Like, I don't care about burning a little bit of mana, as long as I get down the hill and range for the 3 CS in time. Immersion going again, looking for the Inkswell stun. Of course, that will be able to connect through the Shadow Realm. Where's that damage output combining with the Bramble? It doesn't exist. Tiger's on the run, mids uphill from FNG, won't connect, neither will the throw out. He doesn't hit him with the Tainted Rush with the rolling boulder. It's gonna connect. Immersion under the tier 2 tower finds the kill with the T8 traps, forcing Koifu to TP away as well. TPing off the middle lane, giving Afro all that free space to get some damage into the tier 1 tower. And this crowd in Russia finally feeling for the first time in this series that Gambit are in some level of control.
Yeah, Boxy using his Falling Blade to cut down some trees to see the rotation coming out from Earth Spirit, and this is why Immersion is one of the best Earth Spirit players in the game. He does so much, especially in the early game, so they can try to snowball. When you have a Templar Assassin in your team, okay, that's Envis Rune.
It's funny, the Dire scanned him too. So they understand that someone's around here, but Immersion finds the information. Tiger walks into it.
Tiger should know something is up.
Yeah. You're not a mime. You just hit a glass wall, an invisible wall. And Afro just continues to pressure these lanes down. Yeah, no room for you in top, Koifu.
I think there's no point for Koifu to stay on mid anymore.
Boxy still doesn't have level 6 yet. The Inkswell will fall off in the connection, and Dahak was just waiting for it. He'll come in close, finish the job. And Centaur will fall once again.
Way aggressive play from Gambit in the second game. Also, I love the build on the Grimstroke. He's going, even though he's position 5-2-0-2, and the Koifu just needs to stack the jungle for himself and keep farming there because the lane is pretty rough. They also need to get rid of the traps on the mid lane, can defend it.
Well, I don't think they'll have much longer they can hold on to that mid lane. Afo is wanting that tier 1 tower gone. That is one of the coolest taunts ever. Almost as good as Wraith King's dance.
Well, I still think Lions and Undyings are the best ones in the game.
Ooh. Disco Pony, Leshrac. That's a nice one. Afro just getting the Curse Crown from Tiger, but it's just more of that, hey, fear me slightly so you back off away from the tower.
Even though there's no kill potential, they're just trying to drag the creep wave and keep their tier 1 tower alive, because it's so important. After your tier 1 is down, the Templar Assassin get access to your jungle, and the way she farms takes away those camps so quickly.
Courier was meant to be sniped off. That's all for the Bounty Runes. A quick stampede away to safety. Allows them to get out of range of the Ink Swell. Still ends up being a 2-for-2 rune trade-off for the mid tower. Aphos wanting to ensure it. Insania looking for the denial. Now initiation onto FNG from Kuiper. Burning all of his mana. Crosses the other side of the river, but he gets the kill.
Easy 300. They also killed the courier, which gave Centaur some of the XP. The new courier also, the flying one, gives experience, and Region Rune Storm, also a couple of stacks. This will get Storm Spirit back in the game.
Sitting at 3.7k network before he begins this. Watch that counter just pop up. Trying to still catch up to the TA, who's a long way ahead. Tide's also getting a free offlane at the moment, so we've got... Actually, I think it's already coming... Well, it was probably meant to be coming on the courier. In fact, there it is. It's passed up by FNG, who's now the new courier. The Hood of Defiance has arrived for the Tide Hunter. They're just starting to amp up and give that survivability that you can get from an offlane aura like the Tide Hunter. You get counter initiation. If Alliance want to go for you, you've got Ravage as a quick answer back as well.
Yeah, they're rotating 5 heroes on top. They want to secure this tower. Ravage is ready. Also, I love what the FNG is doing. He didn't even put a single point on level 6 in his Soulbind, because they have basically nothing. Yeah.
And I also love how they moved away from the 2 Observer that Alliance freshly planted on bottom lane. And this turns into a straight tier 1 for tier 1 tower trade-off.
And since they TP top, I don't think Gambit can defend the tier 2 tower on bottom. Also, with this kind of a build on the Hawk, it allows him the Diffusal Blade straight in. Gives him so much more damage, and the extra flow, you can basically slow him 3 times in a row. And Mana Burn is so good against Storm Spirit and Morphling.
Like, you just want to push the tier 2 tower. Like, Retaliate's giving +211 to Boxy, so they can push the lane hard. But this will turn into like a straight safe lane tower trade-off. Because there's no reason, if they want to fight, they're going to get a fight. Tiger trying to run away from Apo. He's got TA Traps available. Nice little dodge as he goes into the Shadow Realm, but Immersion, now Stampede also being used. There was no follow-up stun, just the magnetize, but Immersion, I don't think he's done just yet. Drops the secondary rock. Kuiper jumping in for his own. Another speed drop. Tiger continues to have the ears ring. He's looking for something to do. Immersion will die, but Tiger barely survives.
Oh, the magic wand and the Tranquil Boots were just ready to kick in, save the Tinkerbell at all costs. But this is going to be a tier 2 for Gambit, the free one, bottom lane.
They can TP out.
Yeah,
you do have Insania with rocks. They can't TP out straight away. Mickey's already moved off the tower.
We didn't talk about Mickey this whole time. He is level 10, has Mask of Madness, so he's going to be full HP all the time. He farms so quickly on top of the network right now and is building towards the Manta style, so he's going to be ready to remove some of the silences. Whirling Axe is kind of a natural build into this game.
Yeah, but it's just that diffusable DKB Troll Warlord that's able to keep up with him. Obviously, the morph is going to be amazing. This is Mickey morph as well. Like, it's going to be amazing.
We still didn't see a full team fight. The Ravage not used, Rock not used, 13 minutes in.
Never really been an opportunity for it. They're looking for a D ward out. So no vision. What does Gambit want to do? They want to back up.
Alliance, they see them on the bottom lane. They were on their observer board, so they wanted to make some kind of a move on top, but they need to bring numbers.
The Courier is finally bringing that Diffuser Blade up. Obviously, with the death time, it's having to work overtime just to get packages delivered before Christmas. And that means now Troll can initiate in. If someone gets just close enough, And, well, someone's just close enough. It's insane yet. They're looking for the fear. And it will leave Force one run away to Hart. With the curse crown sort of him will be stunned up as well. The whirling act to stop defensively. And with a jump forward, maybe that's not exactly where the Hart wanted to be. He'll be pushed up to leave the kill on Insania. But underneath the shrine, Gambit are fighting Alliance. The rock will drop. They're going to find TA. Afro Ninja in too deep. And two huge cores from Gambit will fall to Alliance for no cost apart from abilities.
This is not what you do. Tidehunter was showing on the bottom lane with no TP in his inventory. So Alliance made a move and he was nowhere near the side shop, so he could not get it. A really nice call from Alliance right there. Go and Troll, try to pop his ulti, and even with the Stampede, you can see Box in this game. He's trying to save his teammates so many times, even though it's a position 5 Warlock, even if it's just a Dark Willow. They're kiting really nicely around this Tidehunter.
Oh yeah. If he's not there, take the fight. And now Gambit look towards Roshan. Rock is down. Do they want to go in? They'll have a squiz. Like they know he's up, but it's the 15-minute bounty runes that are actually moving for. But you don't have to take the risk. But while Rock
and they're just picking up bounties. That's not the greatest scan in the history. Since you're picking up the bottom ones, they'll probably have the top ones, but still.
I saw movement at the 15-minute mark on top of a bounty rune.
Yeah, because Alliance does not have a single observer board on the top side of the map. Maybe a scan in the Roche pit would have been better. Still, they're not doing. There's also not a trap inside the Roche by Gambit.
That's
like usually you don't need it that early,
needed, right?
Yeah, because you are the one taking the Roche early on.
Yeah, like you're not going to contest for the fight. I mean, you're not going to go in and try and take Roshan yourself. Gambit, they definitely want to have their own engagement. They're pushing up through mid. Boxy will reveal himself for a moment. Afo at least wants to give him... But they want the tier 2 tower mid. Or Alliance to come into the fight. A smoke in the back lines.
Again, they smoke under the observer board. So untypical of Gambit, because FNG is usually the one buying all the sentries.
But there's a double damage rune. If Gambit are fast enough about this, Alliance will probably know there's been a smoke maneuver, and they were walking back to Roshan as they smoked. Alliance... But Roshan's dropping quickly. He's already at 1/3 HP. Mickey trying to get rid of some of the tries, but Roshan, by the time he loses the but he gets back up. You've already got to win the you push everybody back into the prem. They know it's open to run the stuff. Maybe with the soul, they call him down, but you've already lost 2. Where's your follow-up? Morphley's going up to FNG. One more hit uphill. He will not miss this. And Afo with an Aegis just wants to get the hell out of here. Refraction and blink up. Maybe counter push the wave, but Alliance, they lose Roshan, but they may get more. Tidehunter still in retreat. Mickey doesn't see him. No wards up on the hill.
Once again, love the decision-making by Alliance. They know something is up, even though they did not have division, even though they smoked. Storm zips in, tries to steal the Aegis, like really huge walls on the Storm Spirit, and nice follow-up from the Dark Willow, because they know even if they use the Ravage, the fear will get them out of the Roche pit. Even if Gambit got this Roche and the Aegis, it's still a win for Alliance.
Looking for me? Looking for me?
That's a very depressing kind of thing to say if you're for Gambit listeners. Like, Yule Scepter has now arrived for the Storm Spirit, so he's even more elusive. Hard to initiate onto.
It's a great item just to have something against Phantom, remove the silence from the Earth Spirit, also keep the Troll inside the air during the duration of his ulti. And Taiga, Bracer. Bracer is the best item in the game right now besides the magic one. Man, it gives you just a casual Bracer. When you get 2, I mean, you're getting a command.
A lot of backside knowledge. Like when we were starting this off, Lacoste and I were talking about Warcraft 3 goes, and a player from Southeast Asia that would buy 5 bracers because he thought, oh yeah, I'm having a slightly worse game.
Yeah, 5 bracers and boots of speed on Zeus. I think it was a player from Zenith.
No, that's Warcraft 3 Zenith as well. That's not Loader Zenith. That was the old days. To slow the pace of the game down once again. Mickey continuously building further and further ahead. E-Blade pickup makes it difficult for Troll to get short damage in.
They're gonna need BKBs on Gambit to actually take that fight, because if Fatal Bonds are used, there's so much damage to throw into there. Once E-Blade is finished, the Dark Willow, if one of the targets gets isolated, even just the Centaur. And I love the build that the Centaur is going for. Crimson Guard and has Heaven Halberd queued up. So, like, you're basically crippling cores with the one item.
And they really, like, McKay, I don't think he really wants this fight. Probably feels like the Hawk is a little bit more baited out. McKay
should be careful.
Rolling boulder comes in, instant silence from a
the one who got it, but they should be more careful about it. Like, he was trying to bait some of the spells, but they have ways of killing him. Still a bit less than 2 minutes on this Aegis. Deso is finished. He just needs to use the courier.
Oh, yep, there it is. That's out.
Are scanning.
So TA building up with the Morphling dead. There's no time to farm. And going to give some confidence to Gambit. There's some heroes who on Alliance knew was going to be pretty difficult to kill anyway. Koifa, one of those pains in the butt. As the Haste Rune stolen out in front of the Tidehunter. And maybe now we actually get to see him finish up the Bloodstone in this game. God, he's getting so big. He's still not the biggest. Like, obviously TA's got a lot behind it too, and the Troll. The BKB coming on the couriers, and now finally that item you've been looking for is now here.
I think Troll will become untouchable during the BKB. Morph still at this point can't really man up against them.
It's like, oh, you almost want to like defensively E-Blade at that point. Keep him away. But yeah, Legacy Maul's got 40 seconds left and then it's gone. So TA's using that time as well to get her own BKB.
Yeah, also Tidehunter decided to go for a Blink Dagger in this game. Usually we don't see that early on, but he wants to be able to find the Dark Will. With the Fear, he can control the team fight just by staying behind, and with the Centaur, so if they initiate, get a kill or two, they will be the ones controlling it.
And good thing to watch when the fight begins. Where is that Tide's position? I kind of liked it during the last spot up on top. It's like, you know what, we're going to use this because I need this, just a chain stun. And by that point, Alliance, if they were going to come in, would be counter-initiating into the middle of a Ravage. But where do you add the pressure? If you're Gambit, the Aegis Immortal's timing out about now, and you're being pushed on the bottom lane. Koifa's all over this map. He's playing the perfect split push.
Yeah, right now it feels like Alliance just wants to dodge a team fight, maybe get a pick off if possible, try to delay them, because they can feel that the Gambit is extremely strong right now. With that Tidehunter ulti, BKB on Troll.
You got Rock in 10 seconds. So Alliance looked at that big AoE stun. Nice observer already been planted down, trying to watch Mickey, who's over in the trees. Immersion saw him. He'll have to do this rolling boulder. Silence again instantly. They start with a wrap. Rolling boulder in. Follow-up silence. Morph is dead. Once again, he does have buyback available.
50 seconds, they need to be out of the base. Try to push the lanes from side of Alliance. Bottom lane, someone needs to be there because it's really close to tier 3 tower. Double damage on TA. Like, they should not defend the tier 2 tower. It's gone. 30 seconds with the morph, and it's extremely low. It's not going to stop.
I say, can they push hard enough? But it looks like you've already got a TP back. That's going to be the time that's taking care of bottom. I suppose every time Ravage is down, Gambit's like, okay, let's just get control of our lanes back again. We've put Morphling down for the moment.
This is the problem with Radiant. The bottom lane is always pushed out. Like, say, I mean, it's a mirror. Always the top lane for Dire is pushed out.
And the Hawk needed an extra stun. Yule Scepter arriving now. That's going to get to the hands of Tiger. That means double Yule Scepters. They can mess around with Gambit's positioning. A jump forward. For the TA. She'll come back down again without that BKB being there. She is a lot more open. The Hawk wants to try and help out. Then you've got the movement speed. Advantage from Boxy triggering the Stampede and had TA trapped in the upheaval. Dead for 50 seconds.
That's a huge pickup for Alliance right there, because every time you kill a Templar Assassin, you're just slowing her farm. And she's the hero that farms extremely quickly with the side blades. Also, they need the dodge fights a little bit more, because Morphling right now only has a Ghost Scepter, and he would love to have that E-Blade for the next fight, even for a saving capability or just try to blow up Grimstroke in the backlines.
This smoke from Alliance, they're not going to find anybody. Gambit are already moving in towards the mid. Tidehunter is the only one who's even remotely exposed on the flank of Gambit. And they'll have a couple of choices to make. Which one? You got three Tides and they go for the one at the front line. And they chose wisely. They hit the right Tidehunter, but here comes Immersion. Starts off with his own kick and fall with the rock. It's going to be Insania and just completely hard and locked. And the Insania's goal of Boxy. And Mickey will join the fight too. Running into the Templar Assassin, attacking into the Templar Assassin, but respecting Dahang with his BKB, looking for the fight. But they don't have
no
the information.
detection.
The Glimmer Cape allows Mickey just to walk away.
Glimmer Cape and Meld. Also, that was a buyback from FNG. Alliance realizes when they need to take a fight, they use the rock, get a 2 supports and the buyback and still go away. They just need to drag this game into later stages of the game. Also, Battle Runes are spawning. It's going to be 2 for 2. Maybe Dark Willow will be able to pick up one of those on top as well.
TA may be a little bit careful about going for the top rune after what happened last time. That's the Tidehunter instead. He's a little tankier for the job. So the BKB from Afo. The critical thing, the Courier will have to go all the way back to base first.
Yeah, Roche will respawn in a minute and 20 seconds. It do be. It's like Gambit just wants to take it by force. They have a lot of physical damage. Also, this is the big item on their side. The Spirit Vessel against the Morph, even though Morph has a way to dispel it with the Manta style. But he does not spell when he's using Morph anymore, so that's a huge nerf for Morph in those terms.
And I really want to keep an eye on the back counter. If you jump in, you blow Ravage, and your BKBs are down, what more sustained damage does Gambit have, especially for Cork and buyback? Currently, all 3 cores from Alliance do not have buyback available, and everyone from Gambit doesn't have buyback available. Immersion gets the hell out of there. Does not feel comfortable at all. He's far away. Boyford doesn't care about being far away. We've seen him burn all of his mana to get the jump, and they may need to do so. Dust, this time they brought detection. Warlock dead for 44 seconds. They TA trap quickly, rolling ball to forward, Merchant trying to catch in towards Boxy. The extra help is coming in. There's your buyback from the Warlock, and Gambit, they just want to get the hell out of here. If Boxy dies, it'll be costly, but Gambit can't lose anyone else.
With this huge mana pool on Storm, he can try to zip in, maybe force them to use a BKB, and then they can take a fight. Also, Insania use a buyback, because if he's not, Gambit will try to engage into that team fight. Boxy does not have a Blink Dagger yet, and we can see on the screen he just bought Heaven's Halberd. I already talked about the item, how good it is, especially against the Troll and the TA. If you can use it before they can get the BKBs off, no ways of dispelling it.
Roshan's alive. Alliance have already put the Observer and Sentry on the northern side, so they want to make sure they got information inside the pit. Top fight is going to come in just in a second. Five heroes from Alliance ready to engage. Okay. FNG's itching for a fight. He's going to give it to him. The rolling boulder in. Gets a quick silence over on the Centaur. Trying to make sure there is no Stampede away to safety. The tier 1 tower, however, will still end up going down as Gambit smoke up. At least this one's not on top of an Observer ward. Quofa jumping across this map. They want him dead if they can claim him. The TA trap's just helping push the wave back for the moment.
Oh, look at the Observer and the Sentry from Alliance. This should be in range, but they don't want to do anything yet.
Yeah, if they start Roshan, they know the danger for him. But Boxy is walking straight in the middle of him. Quick double silent, actually. Not perfectly chained. Stun over on Roshan, but the backline's where the trouble is. Troll starting with his spinning axes. Maybe trouble if Centaur goes down. Afro, he's flung, flick forward. The damage, but they are going to get the kill. Centaur down, so is Grimstroke with a They do!
Wait, where was Dark Willow in that fight? She was nowhere near. She didn't even use a single spell, and they
Whoa! Problematic to say the least. Well, she had a couple of abilities off it seems, but it came very, very late. Gambit will now move into the pit, and with Troll, they take her very, very quickly. Aegis and Cheese Dahak will take the cheese. Aegis into Aphro, and Dahak is now approaching his Manta style. Got other ways to break free of fatal bonds without having to burn your BKB every time.
Manta Style is such a good pickup against the Bramble Maze, against the stun. Also, you can dodge Ethereal Blade. Looking good. Even though it's only
it's
less than 1k gold lead for Gambit.
That's it.
With cheese and Aegis. It's still looking rough for Alliance, especially if they don't bring Darkflow in the next team fight.
Yeah, we're not breaking out the champagne for a game 3 just yet, but
another DD.
It looks good for Gambit. And sure, it's always there when you need one. Butterfly from Apo is rapidly approaching, and the Lions understand they can't really stop this push at the moment. When Rock is down, it seems like there isn't really that much of a fight. I don't know if Dark Willow could have made that escape happen, but it was such a weird move as well. The Centaur walking into the middle of the fight. I kind of almost want to watch that on a replay. Just see Boxy. It's like, I'm in front of Roshan. We understand this is the concept. And I'm going to walk right in front of Gambit and be the bait.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, Toby.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
They're approaching. Gambit is not stopping with cheese and Aegis. They also have a couple of good traps placed. Warlock's sitting far behind.
The Hawk just needs to see up the hill with a creep wave, and then he can hit into the tower. They want the rotation back from Alliance.
You can see the power of Manta Style right there.
Yeah. No way to control him. So they back out.
Radiant are scanning.
Slow the pace up once more. Get control of these side lanes. It's a low kill game. It's all about who you... if you can get the big initiation onto one... in a 30-minute game. This is very slow for a Gambit and Alliance game.
Over here now. I'm over here.
On Storm Spirit, especially on the Morphling, even though Morph doesn't cost mana, he still can't use his spells. Like, the most important one is getting a waveform. Also, when he transforms, if he doesn't have mana to use any of the spells, he will be useless.
Immersion. Looking at Boxy once again. It's a Dire Observer and Sentry, however, so Boxy 100% knows. Gank is just itching for him.
They have good heroes off.
Rolling Boulder. Well, you knew the gank was coming for you, but still. Dust is up, Insania. He has Rock Available, Stampede being triggered defensively from Alliance Escape.
Their heroes are pretty good of dealing with the creep waves, trying to creep skip. Storm Spirit, Morphling. Even Dark Willow to one extent. If she's just out, the only hero who can stun her is either Tide Hunter or Earth Spirit with the roll. She can just pop her Bedlam and clear the creep wave.
Dire structures are fortified.
Fortification.
Radiant structures
And there.
are fortified.
They definitely can tell. They want the backdoor protection to come up.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Already broken free. Tide's fine with this. Standing in the front lines, take the tier 3 tower. They're loving at the melee rank as well. He's forced a reaction. Diffuser Blade instantly slowing him up. He's having to walk back through the creep wave onto the cover of the Glimmer Cape from Alliance. That Bramble is a good combination. Lotus Orb can't in fact sends it back towards the Morphling. A decent chunk of damage. Both Troll as well as Morph down to 50%.
That's a big one. Storm Spirit getting a lot of levels. Level 22 about to hit, and Arcane Rune. They lost the tier 3 tower. Still a minute on this Aegis on Templar Assassin. So they would gladly want something to happen.
You can see Koipa's desire as well. If he hadn't observed what he'd see that courier flying at the moment, but he's wanting to keep the creep waves back, but he's also looking for initiating items. He wants to get the Bloodthorn up and running. They need to be able to ensure that when things around, all these support things that can sit in the back line with just a Spirit Vessel only, that they will die. He needs to get these easy pickoffs on the back lines. I kind of gotta say he's got to kill the ES.
FNG is doing such a job devouring Alliance's ward. Right now they have one ward near the they don't have it if they decide to creep skip and split push.
Yeah, that's when you start to get a little concerned, and Storm has to play the numbers game. Because there's no BKB, there's no Lincoln Spear on this Storm. He's not concerned about the initial stuns because they don't have any. It's just the lockdown of Ravage, which will pierce everything unless you get a BKB off in time, which is also problematic, as we've already seen from the Morphling.
Yeah. Ideally for Koikwa, he wants to pick off Grimstroke in the backlines before the fight starts. But Glimmer Cape is ready on Grim, so if he can get that off, Storm will lose a lot of mana since he's not carrying any detection.
Boxy, how many times are you trying to bait this out? Immersion will mop the pre-wave up from relative safety by just kicking down some rocks. 5-man smoke up from Alliance, no longer a bait. They're gonna try and force the issue against Gambit.
They have a 10-second BKB on Morph. They want to use that. Nice positioning from FNG.
So this is how you start on RT's cliff position. You see as much as you can inside of the shot. Here's where the Hawk was trying to hide. He'll have the BKB almost instantly as he comes out of this. In fact, that's what happens. Gaten silenced up, burns his own BKB, and then Soulbind. He actually leads himself up with Boxy for the TA right on top of where this element's going to come from. It was they're looking for emotion. The rock will drop right inside the pit. Corpus goes into it. Rabbit have got the damage, but you've ordered the buyback now out from Harpy. Should come back in a couple of seconds. Retreat down the upper, and they have the damage. Gambit, they stay together. Mickey, he's back inside the pit. The fear, it pulls him away. Mickey, maybe he feels like he's still going to fight looking for FNG. Won't happen, maybe he will. The dust reveal. They can't hide him inside the Glimmer Cave. FNG will fall. Troll is down for over a minute without buyback as well. Gambit are in full retreat. But it feels expensive from Alliance. Buyback on both Centaur as well as the Dark Willow.
Yeah, 2 huge buybacks on their side, but they needed that to win this team fight because Storm had a lot of mana, but was really careful about using it. And with the Arcane Rune, they need to survive through initial BB cooldowns, and then they can take a fight. They just need to drag this game. I feel like Alliance has it in the late game.
And crazy.
4 bounties, sorry.
Yep.
Kind of hard to pick 5 bounties.
Yeah, that's the bottle, man. You save it for a rainy day.
I might be an idiot, Toby, but I'm not stupid.
I might be an idiot and I'm stupid. That's like the thought that went through my head when we started thinking about bottle. It's like, does it make Morphling a cannibal if he has to drink? Should Morphling never go bottle?
And this is what I'm talking about. Like, you could see the Grimstroke with the Glimmer Cave causing some issues, so now they bought a gem on the Storm Spirit. Who's the one carrying it? Centaur, yeah.
Centaur. Yeah, it's just moving through our long list. Yeah, Centaur's the one who's got it.
They want to get rid of the traps. Plus is slow is causing a lot of issues for them right now.
Yeah. They need to push out these side lanes. Alliance do it a hell of a lot more efficiently. I'm actually wondering too, once like once you look towards the next Roshan, we just looked at back door. Like, you've got the Storm Spirit that can move across the map so easily, so quickly. You can counter push, but it means Gambit have to get someone to that lane. And so far, like you're looking at Tresh, you're not looking at BT carriers for Gambit. Roshan is up. It's the Aghanim's upgrade as well.
Aghanim Scepter upgrade, that would feel really good on Alliance if you can get it. Either give it to a Centaur or give it Rapid.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, Shiva, I know you're tuning in right now, but yeah, Enigma is the king. They're smoking up. They're going for Roshan. They're inside the pit now. Alliance have no information inside this pit. Morphling fish that was Stuff's already out. Quicksand, they found the wall a little bit too far forward.
He has a buyback. He needs to use it.
They'll commit into Roshan now. Bottom lane isn't pushing anywhere near hard enough to make Gambit worry about this. They got more than enough negative armor to beat into Roshan. There's your buyback out from the Warlock. Alliance are coming over once again. Here comes Storm! Oh, jump to the other side. Almost picking up FNG. Shot so low. Koifa, BKB's there. He's trapped in with Box. Allbind held them together. We've lost the Grimstroke. Waiting. They're waiting for the Ravage. They're waiting for the time. This is the one. It's a and now the Ravage will be dead. But Roshan's not dead. Yes, they... Give it a motion. for so long. He'll go down. I mean, it's half on the sideline.
That's gotta be a team
Continue to
line,
fight. It is going to be Tidehunter falling in just a second. Second smash. Produce the damage, but the kill is still there. Dead for so long. Buybacks are available.
What a buyback from Quirkwak. He zipped there. He knew that he has a buy. Popped the BKB and the quick fingers on him. He also has the Aghanim Scepter in his inventory, and he actually popped it on himself. Level 25 Storm Spirit with the Ball Lightning Remnants. This is going to be a huge problem for Gambit.
This is the perfect time to say Alliance are doing it. They know that if they win this series, they're going to TI9. Gambit, they've been so good throughout this DPE. Their path through the minors has been rough at the beginning, but it was always there, looking better and better. They beat Virtus Pro in the CAS qualifiers to get to this position. But Alliance are holding stronger. Their second negatives arrives over on the Centaur. They're looking for 2 lanes of ranks. They can't go for a third. The tier 2 Star is still up on top. But Gambit,
Templar Assassin, she protect, she attack. Please, he does not have a back.
Wolf, the clock, Tide, trying to force some level of initiation. Rolling boulder from immersion. They find Mickey, a quick stun. They're just using that in 12. And it's Foxy. It's up. Alliance is up. Keeping them away. Gambit can't continue to chase Insania. The TP away to safety. No bash, no stun, no control.
Perfect
Alliance get it out.
They got what they wanted. They got the Raxus on the mid lane. They got the tier 3 tower on the bottom. And at this point, only Troll and Grimstroke have buyback on Gambit. Is the only.
Whew. Alliance still need to end this. That's the harder thing.
Alliance will not rush anything right now because they want to get their buybacks back online. Ideally, Storm Spirit with the buyback is one of the strongest heroes in the game because you can always zip. And with the Centaur, Aghanim Scepter upgrade, they're gonna receive, I think, not enough damage. This is gonna give survivability to Troll. The extra lifesteal. So they just need the kite.
My God, Alliance. They feel good, but I'm starting to see more things that are still there. So yeah, Satanic, Troll can try and survive. The Meld hit bash 25 talent as well from the TA. Maybe you can get initiation lockdown.
Oh, and this is the item we don't see way too often. Eon Disc picked up on a Dark Pillow. If she can survive through initial burst, I mean, with that she can. Status distance as well during the duration. She's gonna get the fear off. And BKBs are on 5-second duration.
The Hawk's waiting inside the pit once again. Tiger comes in, Smoke will break, he flips himself forward. Easy follow-up, the Hawk moves deeper inside the pit. There's now a lot of different places really want to fight. Immersion rolls in, they've already triggered off Gay on disc. He gets the kick, slowing down Mickey, wants to rolling boulder away. A quick find, the Ghost to boulder a little bit much time. Now the Hawk is back. Fight, pulling Pedic, but the Goy looking in the back line. He's gonna kill off Simone. They're able to get rid of him. So goodbye ES. The Rock is finally dropped from Insania. They'll get another hit out. Afro is dropping low. The Ravage plays a little bit. And Afro, the damage output, it's there. Morphling is down. Buyback's available. They want the kill on Goy, but he's out of mana. But no,
He died to
Afro died. He actually died.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh. They'll get to reset for the moment.
This Aghanim Scepter on Storm Spirit, if used correctly, the pull, you can do a mini black hole, and it's so good. Still, Troll Warlord has cheese from that previous Roshan on top of need to play around it. They can't really focus him down, especially with also Tidehunter just hit level 25. On him. He didn't decide to man up. Has no damage items.
Hey, you'll take anything you can to get that Ravage back on cooldown as fast as you can. A 4-second anchor smash, you'll take that too. They need to be able to always be up and ready to fight faster than Alliance. And they've shown they have the damage output. The TA can do it. Same with the Troll. If they can bait around these big abilities of Alliance.
I would love to see a forward step, maybe a second one on Alliance's side, because Warlock has one. Also, Warlock didn't decide to go for XP gain talent. Like, with that fight, he would have been at least level 20 by now.
He's 17. That's his current level on the Warlock. He's well behind. And you do have one 4-star coming on the Tidehunter. So, other side for Gambit. The Hawk. That timing could have been perfect if Koi had jumped even a fraction of a second earlier.
15,000 net worth lead, but that doesn't mean anything. We've seen Alliance's games going 50, 60,000 gold ahead of the enemy team, and then they are finishing it.
Now the items are there to enable these fights from both teams. They continue to accrue. And the Troll bash before on the TPing out Willow. It's like, maybe this time around I can get it.
Yeah, it's easier with the...
Yeah, gotta slip it in, then you get the Abyssal Blade. That gives them both the cores as well some more lockdown from the Mel Bash. And you've got to control Warlord through the Basher itself, and with the attack speed, it's good time. It's just good RNG. Attack fast.
When you say Basher, I don't know if you're Basher, Toby, because you add ER at...
Wow! Wow! You know, there's a level of trust.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
But at least
Radiant's bottom shrine has
hit
fallen.
level 25 as well. The extra stomp duration, once those BKBs are down, it's so easy to control. Observer board from the casual, almost 300 gold when you kill it.
they're not ready with the ES. They cannot go on Boxy while the ES on the other side. Now Target goes in. You also combine with the curse around. Boxy, maybe they're trying to get to the wall. Force let the BKB go. Rock also being dropped by Insania. In the middle of the buffer. Remember, they want to engage back out the Hawk BKB. Keeping Viper on lockdown. The Troll is gone.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Back point. Stand up.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
And someone needs to address a double damage on spawn, but Roche is not.
They all use their TPs to go north. They can't go back to defend the lane of ranks. Okay, you've got one. TA has hers. She'll get rid of and keep the wave alive. Alliance, they know they got the Bank of Sweden ready just to fund them back into the game if they need to buy back. But they won't need to, or maybe they do. Roshan, yeah.
Look at all those items.
And look at the double damage rune that's sitting in front of Roshan. If they come up and see this, TA will make a beeline for it. And this will force the buybacks from Alliance, even though they don't have information.
Wait, what, does not have a buyback? He's short 180 gold because they... Oh, that's really big for Gambit.
Double damage, every single thing. This is the double Ravage. This is what they need. Hell, I'd even give the Aghanim to Anfo and have him teleport to do his split push game at this point.
I would love to see Aghanim Scepter picked up by FNG. Create illusion of a Morphling. I doubt they're gonna give it to him, but I would love to see that.
All right. What do we got? Who consumes, who grabs what?
Let's see if they're gonna give it to him. FNG is going into Roche Pit.
To open up some slots, however. They're moving the boots out from the Anfo. So what's he gonna get first? Watch the grab. So Dahak will take the Aegis to the Immortal.
And yeah, they gave it to Grimstroke. That's a smart play right there. The Dark Portrait, 150 damage. You can even use the third spell of Grimstroke on it, and it's basically invincible. It also has a free BK. This is one of the reasons why Inkswell got changed, so you can use it on spelling units.
Boy, he's going to turn Alliance's strength against. Alliance still haven't gotten that bottom lane. Like, it's hilarious because the bottom lane continues to push it. Radiant side, they're always on the defense. This Rax is still up. So Alliance's only big momentum push they have is either through their heroes or through the advantage they have in the mid lane.
This went from 15,000 to 2,000 in 2 minutes, Toby.
Radiant
Now
are
Earth Spirit
scanning.
even has that gem, so they're gonna need to pick up even more. TA is fully jacked.
I love how we actually showed the graph as well, which didn't keep up with it. The graph takes a little second to update. Now, so the Earth Spirit can stand strong in the fights, open space up, be the initiator, which allows Templar Assassin to use that Daedalus you mentioned to really start hitting in hard. And she's also changing up with BTs, getting rid of the treads. Right now, she's using Blink Dagger to move. A movement speed of 327 on a Templar Assassin. But if you blink, you can already get him. Smoke up from both sides. Boxy will have one break. The was pretty up. The quick start is over percent. No Stampede play. Follow up Ravage. Want to get this kill. Not quick. Follow up. To be rocket.
By the multiple X, I will avenge my dishonor.
Want to get stuck. Back. Pull up. To get the wrong one. Oxy, however, it's up. They need to kill him, they've got him as well. Meanwhile, on the back lines to Hawks, BKB out, he'll be successful. Alliance have committed the bank.
They need to force buybacks right now. Both of these
Invisibility.
are also spawning, so they took pretty much everything away from Gambit, but it cost them a couple of buybacks, Warlock, Storm Spirit. But they're cycling those buybacks nicely because Morphling has one ready right now.
Stupendous.
Ooh.
Also, I don't think there's enough saving items on Alliance's side. They have a Glimmer Cape, they have a Force Staff, but they could use one more. A Lotus Orb, extremely good.
Here's your first buyback. EX is up. Templar Assassin holding hers. Mickey, she'll be able to claim this range racks. The melee will follow through. Mickey and Tiger, the only two that are showing themselves on the front lines. Boxy is waiting for the right opportunity. Goodbye, bottom lane of ranks. Gambit, don't believe it's worth.
This is a huge way with the double catapult.
That's
40 seconds without a TA. She has a buyback.
That's like 9 or 10 range creepers already, but what do you do? Run the Tidehunter forward. With the kick, they'll clean up most of the wave.
Radiant's top
Hex
tower
is causing a lot of issues because they don't have a Lotus Orb, they don't have a Lincoln Sphere on their carries. Their Storm Spirit, nor Morph have one.
Gambit are the only ones running around with that, but now a Satanic will arrive for the Morphling. Mickey's been pretty hard to kill, it is.
I would love to see a Lincoln Sphere on Quake because they don't have single target spells besides a Gush and the Hex. He needs to be alive in these team fights, and he just fought back. Also, Arcane Rune, he should sell his power treads at this point.
Oh, another Ragged Intercept is arriving. Just start going through all of these now. The Dark Willow has one coming on the courier.
He needs to invest all his gold in the items right now because there's no point in saving for a buyback.
Over here now.
I saw Kuras now up on the Centaur too. Survivability item. He'll take that considering he's always been bait for Alliance.
Warlock went for that Shadow Word cooldown, but on level 20 he still took Golem on that. So instead of a AFK Shadow Word, I would love to see the XP gain talent instead. He would have been level 25 by now, and you would have Magic Immune Golem. Well, in this case, you would Golems with more armor because you're playing against the Troll and the Templar Assassin.
Some great numbers for a Dark Willow. 100% win rate, no which I do. I think the sample side's a little small. Gam, 4-man smoke up, ready to fight. TA showing further down in the lane. They're in the tree lines. That's where Alliance is keeping up. Rolling ball of 4. They found Insadia. But they need to follow up. Bramble is keeping. Gambit away. The rock will drop. Trying to create a little bit more space. With the Stampede defensively, Warlock is able to get himself out. But Smoke goes begging at least for a core pickup. But they have the Warlocks rocked down for a minute and, well, now seconds.
Templar Assassin actually changed power threads for Adesso. Now that's back for power threads.
They should put outside the BTs there. Here comes Gambit. Up the hill. DD mentioned. But the mid lane's pushing in. The tier 4 towers are being attacked.
If someone TPs right now, Storm will jump in. Shiva's Guard will pivot. There it is. They see that. Now they need to go in.
Just going for Templar Assassins. They don't actually get Tidehunter, but who do they get? Kuiper jumping back out. Afro's burn the BKB. They get a quick sale. Maybe a little bit too far out there. But no, the air, the Harpy will hit the deck. And when a quick terror runs, she still held a position. They had the stun. You have the air on this trigger. Damage output down for 100 seconds. Tiger really trying to make sure that Gambit couldn't move back out.
Yeah, Afterlife, he TP'd back, bought POTs so he can be in that fight if needed. Now TA has...
Now she's doing the same.
Yeah.
Speed scroll in, BT's up, you switch him back out for the Desolator, you can try to push him into base.
Illusion.
Your hoof stomp will begin. FNG moving over. He's got a look.
Because career easy snipe. One shot at this.
It wasn't worth it.
And the bashes, meld bashes plus basher troll warlord is causing issues. Also, Boxy was being caught out of a position. He needs to be careful because he does not have a buyback, so they need to invest a lot to actually save him there.
He's walking underneath the observer with Gambit, no, and they are backing up. They are not going to take this fight while Ravage is down once again. Man, it's like I have to almost start checking Roshan. He will spawn in a minute in 10 seconds. Another Roshan arriving, another Aghanim Scepter to be considered, but more importantly, it's the refresher orb. It seems like it's the biggest thing that gives Gambit the initiation they wanted. They can start with Ravage, or they can also follow up with Ravage. I don't even care if it's double MPs, if it's whatever, from Alliance. They need to have these AoE controllers.
Aghanim Scepter is ready on Dark Willow, but she doesn't deal that much damage. I would prefer to see a Hex in this kind of a situation because BKBs are extremely low and they just maybe lack a little bit of control. Longer Roche spawn because Quickwa still does not have his body back.
Actually, look at Morphling. He's got Aghanim Scepter consumable lined up, so he wants to try and eat something else. Like he's sure at a point where, like, what else can I buy? Do a little bit richer. That Hex you asked for from a support, you're gonna get it, but it's gonna come from immersion. He's already spent his power, so you're adding a second Hex. Roshan's up, the TA trap's being planted down, and Daha, he will begin. Morphling sends his first illusion in. They see Roshan, Dahak, Lotus Orb protection.
30 seconds for Storm's buyback.
And Storm's still pushing in the top lane. Gambit don't want to go inside the pit. It's too dangerous every time they do it.
Yeah, their lanes will be naturally pushed because they are playing against the super creeps. Another double damage because why not? Also Arcane Rune on the bottom. Koiko has the vision on.
He burned all of his mana to get down there, however, but 63 mana a second regeneration is not too shabby. He's burning clarity to ensure he could do this as fast as he is. And Tidehunter doing the split push, he's taking care of that bottom lane.
Storm Spirit bought everything. He doesn't even have a buyback at this point.
Set down once more. They want to see how many traps are inside the pit. Another Morphling illusion sent in that wants to actually clean this up. Takes care of only one of the traps, but sees both. And Gambit understand, they know that there's vision just north of the pit. Alliance put it down every single time this Roshan fight has happened.
It's going to be hard, though, before Alliance to win this. Double Hex, you have a refresher on Tidehunter, which means double Ravage.
Yeah. All they can do is push out the sides. BT.
Been wanting this. Over here now.
The jump up.
You had your warning.
Action! He doesn't have buyback.
Man, Koipa was playing with his life. He doesn't have a buyback. He was 500 gold short. Now he's only 200 gold away from it.
Dude, life on the edge. Life
Boxy.
on the edge.
Boxy also has no buyback.
Careful where he's going with immersion. He's moving up. The 60-minute rune is about to spawn. This is the money that Alliance wants, but Koipa in silence. FNG hits the protect him. Time. Gonna be there, just the curse crown, just jumping everywhere. But Koipa, he's got no mana. Right on top of him, tied up. He was looking to start the Ravage, and maybe now he'll do it. The blink, there's no real bar who can move. Insania, now the new attack. The start from the heart. It up next. The Rebel won't save him. Insania, that's his death rock. Buyback to Baltimore Nuke. Now trying to come through. Damage up, but that's your Aghanim Scepter running forward, looking for more damage. He doesn't have it just yet. The Hark. Not back. That bottom lane is pushing in. We have to again reset the lanes up. But you know Gambit want Roshan. They want to slip in there. Maybe even just force a buyback from one of these heroes. Thanks to the rune, Centaur has buyback again now.
Yeah, they pick up 4 bounties at this point. Bounties bring so much gold.
There it is. There's your first buyback. I do love how
The faster you use it, the faster you're gonna have it again, Toby.
I just love it, McKay. When he consumes the Aghanim Scepter so he can become Tiger, it's just like pumping so much damage output. You don't care if Tiger doesn't do the damage in the first place. Like, hey, just stand next to the Morphling. That's all that needs to happen here. Double Ravage is coming off cooldown in 10 seconds time. Another problem that Alliance still haven't really found a great answer to. Apart from Ball Lightning away, take a fight on the off lanes.
He has morph target allies, so if he turns into Dark Willow, that's just insanely good. Lowers the mana cost, lowers the cooldown on the spells.
Yeah. He just... Start to be worked up. Here flies forward. The Hark forced back out. Tiger with a quick Yule Scepter. The silence doesn't arrive just yet. The Terrorizer now down, throwing the brambles. Still waiting this out. Nikkei can't work out where he wants to initiate it to. Now the rolling boulder. That's not a real one. That's a big centaur. Now the real one comes in for the Sun Immersion. BKBs tries to rolling boulder back over the river. And a way to safety. Yeah. And now you see how much damage the real Harpy does. It's Jackal.
Let's go.
Slowing down the waves, getting Gambit to look behind themselves. That's why it's so great they've got the BTs level 2. They can TP onto the heroes, the ones that can't just be picked up by Alliance, who are looking for a pick-off. Now they smoke up. But who do they find?
Late game Dota in this patch. Moon Shards, Refresher Orbs, Aghanim Scepter Sins.
Look at FNG, stay in the trees. HY was right.
That's the old meme.
I'm old. Immersion. Stop. The initiating. Use it instantly. Roach becomes a new target for Alliance to go on, but maybe get both back. He actually, oh no, he's another TP. There's another one ready to go. Get back down again. Rolling boulder forward. Immersion wants the kills. They don't want to stop now. Foxy, he's in trouble. They played it up. The Rock and drop. Fania fighting with the final boss, but the Ravage. Number one will arrive. With the ball takes back, maybe quite not enough damage. The fire. Is that right? The map. No one gets a triple kill for Tiger as Gambit
9 buybacks, Toby.
almost all of Russia into this game. 4 heroes back up again. Lion Star Roshan.
But once again, bottom lane is pushing. There's a region rune for Storm Spirit. He wants to grab it. They need to give this agency. They can kill the Roche, the Storm Spirit, because he just bought back. But Bramble,
That's the bigger thing. No Rock, no Ravage, no Stampede for the moment. But you got your better Ravage. It's cheap, it's easy, it's Kuiper.
kill those illusions. Look at that go.
So much around Roche. Okay. It's over on Hunter. The Hawk can't find the target he wants. He's disarmed, so he couldn't attack anyway. Apo hoping a backline jump. It feels like the Hawk is just trying to get them to come forward. So you can just hit that backline with Apo, but he can't find the opening.
They need to use this opportunity because there's no immersion for 4 seconds, and also bottom lane is pushing in.
Yeah, jump in, tied once again, going after Mickey, trying to use the stun. He's got a curve and on. This Bramble to jump forward. Afro, what have you really got? Not much more. Boxy backs up a Tiger. He's caught on the wrong side of the river. That's the support they've been waiting for. Just a little bit too far out of position, but the Curse Crown makes it difficult to keep the push going. Roshan started up again. Mickey's back inside the pit. They're seeing it. Just flooding as well. A quick stampede. They found a target with the Bramble. It's over on the Troll. Ravage, it connects nicely, but it only hits on the very, very side. Actually allowing the Hawk a little bit more time. Quick force up. He'll get up. He's actually stuck on the bottom. TP's out. They haven't actually... Again, now TA is up.
Look at that.
Dying so quickly. It's the painted woman smacking him across the face as Mickey. He'll wave himself away. The Hawk looks at Roshan. He knows he's low. Boxy, he won't stand for it. Quofa, he's ready for his own jump. He goes in again. The Hawk didn't start it. He's waiting for the fight. My God, it's the Briar patch in front of Roshan.
There's a huge wave in their base, Toby. They need to address it.
Afro's gone back. He can TP himself back out again if he needs to. But Roshan get Alliance knocking on the door. The Hawk, he moves inside the Bramble. He wants to start this up. You still don't have that Ravage ready from the Tidehunter. Rock is up from Alliance. The tension is palpable.
The nerves, I love this. Refresher picked up 4 double Bedlam and...
No buyback to Hawk.
No one has a buyback besides Morphling at this point. And they need to kill this illusion. The Dark Portrait, he can solo kill people. You can see it on the Storm Spirit, who's not an easy target to get. Oh,
Nullifier.
Another double damage.
So you're getting Nullifier up, you're getting Abyssal Blade up, have yourself a double damage. This game's got everything. 67 minutes in. Mickey, he's walking inside the pit. The Hawk navigates the Bramble. The second one planted, but the Hawk walks all around it. He's off the... Soulbind, silences, anything they've got. Mickey backs up out of the pit once again. Roshan, he's repairing as fast as the teams are damaging him, but Mickey's not done yet. Upheaval, still inside the pit, hard to move. Now, another jump. Side, still no Rabbit. Quoifer goes for the backline. Looking for with the Terrorite. He doesn't actually get the initiation he was looking for. The Rabbit connects. There's so much trouble. Mick
gets
trying to get back out this one, but he is still alive. Emerge. Rolling boulders in, but Mickey's protected by the BKB. Happer, he'll get the bell back out. He won't get back. 2 minutes on the sideline, and now they're maybe alive. Get to find the stuns they need. The Ravage is out. They pull the Titan into GG. Well played and congrats. Alliance are the last team to punch the ticket to Shay to compete at the international Gambit we were looking for. And my God, this team, they've really pulled themselves together to take the victory.
This is the game we deserve, Toby, and they delivered. Constantly fighting around the Roche pit because they realize whoever gets that Aegis or 9 people use buyback there, and we gotta give credit and applause for Alliance because